Hello and welcome back to another installment of PokeFodder, where we do actually have some interesting little bit of news about the dreaded, at least I call it the dreaded, Silver Moon Hall. It is undergone a change. So what it is now it's, instead of uncommon and commons only, now it's rare and lower only. So no EX, no UX, and it's going to go weekly, so Mondays through Wednesdays is what it looks like. You're still going to get the 5 Carmonite for your first 3 victories, and nothing else changes other than you can use rares. And to be honest, if I go and look at, we'll just go to Fusion for lack of a better place to go. But if we go and look at the rares, that could possibly make a difference. And the reason why this change was necessary is because basically Swablu, although they have released some Pokemon, some figures recently that are really strong, the Swablu's having the 60 buff, or the 60 it's basically a 60 buff. It's a reduction, but like that is hard for most things to overcome, even EXs at this point. You know, there's nothing in the rares that I see just screams to me of, yeah, that makes a huge difference, except for Combuskin. Combuskin with the 3-star purple is really good. You know, maybe there's something else in here that I'm just not seeing. Because all these with confusion, like Sableye, the Poliwrath, those are no good against Swablu's, because the last thing you want to do is to confuse a Swablu, unless you're running some kind of a deck where you are utilizing figures that remove the blue attack from your opponents. So like Sviper is one that immediately comes to mind. I can't think of another uncommon that has that ability, but you could use the Poliwrath, confuse the Swablu, and then use something that negates blue attacks would actually be a pretty decent strat. But nothing else. I mean, you could do some tricky stuff like using everything centers around Poliwrath to get evolutions off, but again, getting an evolution off is going to be difficult. You can use the Pangoro, and you can use the Druddigon for the Mold Breaker ability, which is going to negate the buffing of figures. But other than that, like, there's nothing on here that just screams major change as far as that goes, but they are trying to make those changes, and that is nice. Additionally, through data mining, it looks like we've got a couple of new halls coming up soon. The Peridot Hall, which is a max of 3 EX or UXs in the match, and then the Crater Hall, which is a 2-2 start match. And I don't really know what 2-2 start match is. And if I remember correctly, the 2-2 was actually like hinted at before we got the major update with these new halls in it. So that one's actually been a while before, since we kind of had an inkling about it. And now maybe it looks like it's going to be coming soon. Who knows when these are going to be implemented, but there is new artwork there. Additionally, there's a couple of different artworks available. This, I can't even tell who this is off the top of my head. This one obviously is Nihiligo. Is this one Black Kyurem? Maybe? I honestly, I can't tell exactly what that is. Maybe it's Black Kyurem. I don't have Black Kyurem, so I'm not super familiar with how that looks. But there you go, some interesting new things. It looks like they're trying to help fix out. And I was super disappointed in the uncommon and only halls because I like the concept of limiting figures for certain challenges and tasks. Unfortunately, the Swablu decks were just so broken that it wasn't fun to play those anymore. So hopefully that interjects some life into the uncommon haul, which is now the rare and under haul. I do have this, I think it's an ice booster, we're going to call it a dragon booster, whatever, but these have actually been pretty nice. I'm glad to see these back in the game. We do have a Delibird and a Bergmite and Ingot uncommon and Rare Metal uncommon, which is nice. Nothing game changing there, but little bitty resources. I like the fact, I do say this, I do like the fact that they brought those boosters back. And what today's video is going to be about is Alolan Ninetails. Now here's the deal. If we look, we will see that I'm way off. I thought, when I scrolled through this earlier this morning, the reason why I put off playing the Carnival for today until just now was because I was like, oh good, one more win and I'm at the next prize. But I didn't notice that little sneaky booster ticket there. So unfortunately, we're not going to get the Alolan Ninetails for this victory. We are going to, we're just going to run the Rush deck. The AI seems to have issues. Although I don't know if Rush deck is going to be the best one for this, since he does have the Tapu Finis. I reserve the right to use gems as necessary for the crappy rolls that I will no doubtedly roll. But here we go. I will just kind of knock this out quickly, hopefully. And then we'll talk about Alolan Ninetails anyways. Even though that's probably going to be, I'm probably not going to even push toward getting the EX Cube. It's not that important to me at this point in the game. So let's see. He has double Mega Altariite. If I go there, he comes down here. Then I go there and go there. And you know what? It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come out here. I could have taken the entry point, but there's no point because Tapu Fini can move freely. Which means that maybe my Rush deck just was not the best. Oh no, I don't have long throw here. Okay. Tapu Koko to the rescue. Let's see what happens if I move my Koko there. Cool. Oh, I can't because it's fairy type. Okay. I see you, AI. I see you. Now I feel like it's worth it. Because what we can do is he brought a human player probably would have brought the Altarias out and left the Finis behind in case I wanted to do something like that. Sure. Let's do it. That works. No gold. No gold. No gold. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And they're not even going to try. Not even going to try to roll Muddy Water or nothing of the sort. So that's going to be a booster ticket. I will go ahead and open that for you guys. Easy peasy. The funny thing is I so seldomly run this deck that 67 on DOS and that 31 on Zora and the 24 on Mega Gengar is basically just from Carnival events. Because I just don't run the Rush deck that much. So let's open up a booster ticket for you guys. And we'll go ahead and look, after we do so, we will look at Alolan Ninetails. Just because I said we were going to do Alolan Ninetails, and we're not. So I apologize for the false advertising. Let's crack this guy open. See if we get something good. Anything that's not an uncommon would be a victory. We're not going to be picky. We're just going to say not an uncommon. And there we go. We're not going to be picky. So this is a win. That is very interesting because we will take those medals. If you noticed, and I'm not sure if I changed it, but if you noticed when I first loaded up my screen, this is the deck that you saw. I actually really enjoy this deck. Now, I'm going to say it sucks against fire and it sucks against rush decks because it's just not fast enough early. But if I can get everything out on the board, I enjoy playing this deck. So I will gladly take, is it Hydreigon? I will gladly take the Hydreigon and continue to use it in that deck. But let's go. I'm sure all of you already know about Alolan Ninetails, but we're going to look at it anyways, because honestly, I haven't. I've got to get 2,000 today. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to play enough. I'm probably not going to get the Alolan Ninetails. It is an EX. It's an Ice Fairy type that has Snowy Transformation as the ability, which I believe is the same as the Alolan Vulpix. And it's kind of the same figure, just stronger. If we look at the wheel, there's no miss at level 5, which is always great. 32 wheel slice of extra sensory, which is going to hit for 130. It's got a 20 wheel slice of freeze dry that hits for 100, but it does plus 50 damage if the battle opponent is a water type Pokemon. The battle opponent and all opposing Pokemon adjacent to it spin, and if they spin a blue attack, they become frozen. And then a 32 wheel slice of Icy Wind. All adjacent opposing Pokemon on the field that are not fire, water, ice, or steel type spin, and then you attach an MP -1 marker to those that spin wide attacks. Off the top of my head, because I don't run ice and I've never really run an ice deck, I don't know how great this figure is. My initial thought is it's not an amazing figure, but you know, after evolution, 140 and 110 is not bad. A 2-star purple, not bad. No miss. Can't really complain about that. So, you know, it might have a home in your ice deck if you run it. We're going to keep it short today. I've got a lot of exciting things going on today. I'm actually down at the Santa Monica Pier. And just to kind of give you guys a glimpse as to what it looks like down at Santa Monica for Pokemon Go, like, this is just absurd. Look at all the Pokestops. I think it's crazy. So, anyway, there's a Hitmonchan somewhere nearby. But there you go. That's that is where I am for today. So, let me know in the comments below. Do you run... I'm sure you guys probably all have the Alolan Ninetails by now. Do you run an ice deck, and how usable is the Alolan Ninetails in an ice deck? That's what I want to know.